It's your girl brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back to talk about the popular YouTuber, honey, Miss TashaK herself. She has put out an official statement on the verdict on her YouTube channel. And baby, Miss Robinson is over here rolling her eyes, sucking her damn teeth, saying, girl, you ain't sorry? Okay, you need to be apologizing. You need to feel bad for what you did to CardiB. Okay? Like, you guys, I was just confused. I'm still confused and bewildered. That TashaK is now playing the damn victim. Huh? Make it make sense. TashaK, you are the one that went around on your YouTube channel and said over and over again in all of your hundreds of videos that CardiB had an STD. Like you said it, like you knew it was a fact. Okay? The girl sent you all types of cease and desist to take the videos down, to stop, talking about her in such a negative, demonic way. You refused to listen, to what she had to say. Now you refusing to listen to what the courts is trying to tell you. Girl, I need you to humble yourself, sis. I told y'all, you guys, humility will take you far in this world. And to me, she comes off as being cocky, arrogant, unbothered, when she really should be fucking bothered. Hell, scared. Shit, you gotta pay back $3.8 million. Damn. Like, girl, you ain't learned nothing. Okay? You ain't learned not a damn thing. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to play some of the audio that she put on her YouTube channel. And then, honey, Miss Robinson will be in and out with her commentary.
All right. These last 4 years fighting this conspiracy case have been extremely challenging, and yet I wouldn't change a single thing about any of it. I've learned so much. Every moment was incredibly powerful and insightful. The verdict handed down on Monday was no shock to myself, my husband, or my legal team. We are prepared, and we were prepared for this challenge from the beginning.
So why you didn't win then if you was prepared?
Prepared for the worst, as we said. We called bluff against a machine that wanted to bully me for not wavering from my personal beliefs. A machine that has corporate interests to protect prostitution, drug use, promiscuity, and to glorify the violence that wreaks havoc on our society and in our neighborhoods. And to glorify it's sold to our children as the it factor. This machine, this thing, secured an extremely prejudicial verdict against myself and my company solely off of sympathy and payola. Asking me to redact the real reason as to why I was reporting on the issues at hand, and succeeded in making me out to be an angry and malicious woman. This is a real business. I am a wife of 17 years, a mother to a beautiful 15-year-old girl who's an honors student, and a 2-year-old son. My platform creates news and sheds light on the issues going on in our society. My First Amendment right poses a threat to the machine's sole intention to mislead the public with caricatures built on violence, selling sex, and images of a denounced stereotype. Look at
honey, she's still coming for Cardi B. Okay, still coming for her. I see somewhat of what she's saying about Cardi B. I done told y'all I'm not Cardi B's biggest fan. I like her music. I don't like her. Okay, it's the same thing with Nicki Minaj. Can't stand her, like the music. Okay, I just cannot stand some of these female rappers of today. I like the girls from the 90s, honey. Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte. You know, I like them girls. Them girls was humble and, you know, they was talented and they were down to earth. They was for real, okay? Tasha, girl, sis, you going down the wrong road. Now, you guys, when I was listening to her video, right, I just kept asking myself, what type of person gets on here, calls out a celebrity, Cardi B, for, you know, having a sexually transmitted disease. You bullied and harassed that girl to no end. She had to go to court to prove she didn't even have the STD you was accusing her of having. And I don't give a damn if she did have it. You shouldn't have been putting all of that out there. Ain't no damn machine. You the damn machine, okay? Damn. Like, what is wrong with you? And so I got to thinking about all the videos I've been making lately, and I said, no, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. It looked like we looking at another damn narcissist. Okay? And what is the biggest sign that you are dealing with a narcissist? They lack empathy. Period. Point blank. Drops the mic. There's no remorse for Cardi B. You drag that lady's name down like to the ground. I didn't know if what you were saying was true or not. I hear some people saying, oh, I knew it wasn't true. See, when you are a big YouTuber, you can influence a lot of people. Let's just put it like that. Thousands and millions of people. Okay, they're going to start believing whatever you're reporting if you say it enough. Okay, people will start thinking that that is the truth. Okay, and then you getting on here talking about payola and, you know, Cardi B looking for sympathy. Ain't that something Nicki Minaj said about Cardi B? So it's like, why are you recycling that? Just all I get from it, you guys, is she doesn't feel bad. And somehow, and in some way, she is now the victim, okay? And I was looking at Tasha K's birthday. Her birthday is March 10th, 1982. She is a Pisces. She has to be a dark-sided Pisces at that. But something stood out, though, in her birthday, right? And what stood out to me is there's a line in here that says people that are born on March 10th, they have the ability to drift or to stagnate, not having a strong desire or ability to better their circumstances. The book goes on to say is the danger with March 10th people is that they will stagnate and fail to carry their personal development any further. Honey, that's the book saying that. And with that being said, guys, we are here on this earth to grow, to change, to become better people. And I don't get that with Tasha K. I see the stagnation. Yes, you know, her channel hit a milli. I hear people are unsubscribing, and I hear some people saying, well, she still gonna be popular, and none of that matters if you do not possess any humility, any remorse for what you did. Okay? Because this isn't a CardiB situation. It just so happened to be CardiB you was picking at. Okay, and CardiB had to set you straight and tell you not today and tomorrow don't look good either. Honey, you ain't gonna keep dragging my name through the mud. I don't blame her. This is a TashaK problem. TashaK refuses to do her work. And I'm not talking about uploading videos on YouTube. I'm talking about personal work. Having ethics, morals, and values. Okay? She then fell out with her long-term friend, Storm Monroe. They didn't fell out. That was sad for me to see because I like, seeing them together. But, when you keep falling out with people and you got this big old court case against you, hell, it's time to look at the person in the mirror. The problem is you. Okay? And with some humility and some honesty and some feedback, you could get back on the right path, sis, but you got to listen. And if anybody is her real friend, they need to try to get through to her. You say you got this husband of 17 years. 17 years and not a word from you. Is he telling you and advising you to say stuff like this on your YouTube channel? Is he advising you not to have any remorse, accountability, or responsibility for the part you played in trying to destroy CardiB's reputation? I heard that you saying all that nasty, negative stuff about her having this STD. It kept her from getting movie roles. I heard people didn't want to work with her. That's money she missed out on. And yes, CardiB is a millionaire. She got plenty of money, but I'm sure she could always use some more. Like you was blocking her opportunities. Yet you get on here like you the damn victim. How does that work out? You're not the victim. You're the problem. And then to me, you guys, it wasn't smart for her to get on her channel talking and acting like this because I don't think the court system like any of this type of stuff. What if they just put you in jail? What if they just take the YouTube channel? Would you want that to happen? I don't think you want that to happen. It's just too much for me, you guys. The lack of accountability is just disgusting. It's deplorable. I don't understand it, honey, okay? But as usual, honey, Miss Robinson, she got a few speakers. I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, saying, Miss Robinson, you got speakers? We want to hear some more of TashaK's video. I'm going to play a little bit more, and then I will be, in and out, honey, with my speakers, honey. This is foolishness.
And LA and various other cities that can't even sit in their own living room and braid their kids' hair without worrying about bullets flying through and killing their children. My First Amendment right was painted to the public and courts as a bully, vile, and malicious towards a machine that glorifies a lifestyle meant to serve as modern-day genocide on our people. A machine that clearly influences our children on how to kill, sell their bodies, and more. You can't bully someone or something that takes pride in painting our children and teaching our children to be degenerates.
I'm just confused, you guys. You cannot like Cardi all you want. I told y'all I'm not CardiB's biggest fan, but I would never get on here talking about her sexual history and what disease she may have. That ain't none of my damn business. And then some of y'all get on here talking about, well, y'all YouTubers, y'all need to stop lying. Everybody is not lying. Just because she lying, it don't mean it's a group activity, okay, that everybody is participating in. Everybody don't lie on their YouTube channel. They may provide entertainment, but that's what YouTube is. It's an entertainment factor involved. That's what we be on YouTube for, to make you laugh, to make you cry, to make you think, okay, to make you want to do better in life, okay? So I'm kind of sick of people saying that, but I got a little something from Mr. Dr. Phil. Y'all know who Dr. Phil is, honey. And he said this statement one time when he was on Oprah's show, honey, and it just never left me. Let me play that.
And painful example, but let me tell you something. If you learn from it, it at least becomes tuition.
Yeah.
Bam! Did y'all hear that? Okay? Say that again, Dr. Phil.
Full example, but let me tell you something. If you learn from it, it at least becomes tuition.
Yeah.
Have you learned from it?
Good.
Absolutely, yes.
So you've paid for...
That's good.
You've paid for an education.
I love that. That was a tweet moment. If you learn from it, everybody get this. I just got that. I had an aha.
I can go. My work here is done.
If you learn from it, it's tuition.
Right.
Okay.
And not CardiB, in TashaK's case, it's a $3.8 million lesson. But you have to be willing to learn that, sis. So I guess, honey, Dennis Byron, honey, he speaks out on the allegations. And not so much, honey, the allegations, but on TashaK's response. Okay?
Very busy last night. 2 weeks of covering a high-profile trial. It took a lot away from a lot of stuff I was doing and I neglected. But today, at noon, we're going to address the not speech. They classified it as a speech, but it was actually a statement, as well as the Instagram post that was made by the blogger lady, who actually was posted on one of my pages. She posted on my page. One of the things I want to talk about at noon is about the misstatement of facts that was raised on that announcement or statement that was released. I'm also going to have some guests there. I would just say this. I'm going to plant one or two seeds right now. The media wasn't on trial. The government wasn't on trial. In addition, the judge instructed that jury in the opening of the case to not look at any media. So, to believe the statement that was released and posted, you would have to suggest that the jury disobeyed the judge's order. And I don't know how the judge will feel about that when you have to go back to court next month. But we're going to talk about the statement, and we're going to talk about the post that you happen to make. I would just say that initially I had questions about the review of your attorney. But at this time, I really feel you were the train wreck in your own situation. It's unfortunate that you have diarrhea of the mouth when you know you have to go back to court. And also, I have tweeted that you removed videos about CardiB. Unbeknownst to me, and thank you for the people that are sending me messages and receipts and everything. I appreciate that. What you didn't think people would find out was that you were using CardiB's hashtag in your statement. How foolish do you think that is? So it's a lot of stuff people have sent me. There's also things that I've actually encoded from what you stated. Now, if you're attacking the media, you know the best response to that would be the transcripts and the deposition. Well, I doubt the deposition. Well, I won't say nothing yet because I'm going to leave that part up to the lawyers. But it was your own words. You got to remember, it was your words that the jury heard. They weren't looking at my reporting. They weren't looking at it, any other reporters reporting as instructed by the judge. So to suggest that the media was lying on you was ridiculous. And something else I want to say. In the case of R. Kelly, you may have provided an opening for his appeal because his appeal is not fully filed yet. But just based on that statement, you provided him an opportunity. And at noontime, we're going to talk about that. So I want you guys to go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we're going to talk about how the diarrhea of the mouth has created openings for several other people. It's just astonishing. I thought the trial was astonishing, but I think the aftermath of the trial, it says a lot. And at noontime, we're going to unpack everything you said. And so I just brought some visuals. So media, when you attack the media, White House credential, various media outlets, over 30 years of media. Now you've attacked the profession. You attacked the profession, and we have some other visuals that we hadn't released during the trial. And it's interesting that you have opened the door for not just myself as a journalist, but you name drop the New York Times, you name drop other media outlets. But when those stories that was done on you regarding the R. Kelly trial, they did not know that the testimony that you provided in your defamation case was filled with lies and omissions and all kind of just ridiculous things. They wouldn't have ran your story. I can tell you as a member of the press that if I knew then what I know now, it would be no coverage of you in any of my publications or any publication I'm affiliated with. So you kind of stepped in a big piece of waste when you did that. And people are sending me messages. Obviously, my reporting, in addition to others, but particularly my reporting, has went viral. But guess what? The defense to a lie is the truth. Remember that. The defense to a lie is the truth.
All right, so y'all done heard what Dennis Byron then had to say about Miss TashaK. Last but not least, it's time to bring in one of my favorite speakers, honey, Mr. R.C. Blakes. And I was listening to this particular message and thought of TashaK and like how she's like gaslighting CardiB and trying to talk her out of her reality. And CardiB got on the stand and was, I guess, allegedly she was crying and she was struggling at that particular time. I guess these last couple of years she was struggling with TashaK going around saying she had this particular STD and she was hurt and she was confused and embarrassed, and I felt bad, hearing that about CardiB, because that's how I would feel too if somebody was to do something like that to me. So, and for TashaK to not have any remorse, you guys, is very disturbing. It really is. So I definitely feel like she's turning all this around on CardiB, and she is in fact playing the victim. So without further ado, I'm going to play this audio from R.C. Blakes, and that will finish up, honey, this video.
I think that we're dealing with people who are really, we think they're one thing when they're really just actors playing a role. They're narcissists. They do not have the capacity to love you back. They do not have the capacity to consider your feelings. They do not have the capacity to feel sorry for you about the wrong they do to you. And when they get through doing all of that, they have a unique way, transitioning into my actual subject matter now, they have a unique way of becoming the victim. Because a major component of narcissistic disorder, narcissistic abuse rather, when a narcissist entrenches him or herself into your life and they begin to abuse you, is this thing we talked about some time ago called gaslighting. And you can find a lot of people who are, experts. I'm no expert. I'm just studying this. And so my comments and my thoughts are from a novice's perspective. However, I'm beginning to discover or understand that I've been dealing with this all of my life, people like this. But this thing called gaslighting, and it's where the narcissist brings you through this series of events constantly. It's like a roller coaster to make you feel like you're crazy, make you feel like you're losing your mind, like something's really wrong with you, and you need to check, you need to really check yourself out because something is drastically wrong with you. And as it pertains to gaslighting, one of the key components of that whole process of gaslighting and making a person think they're nuts, they're crazy, is to always play the victim. When the narcissist is actually victimizing you, they have a diabolical, demonic gifting to make you feel like you owe them an apology, that you did, something wrong to them. If you hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done that, and so now when you should be outraged and you should demand an apology, you should demand, that this individual acknowledges what they did. You're sitting there trying to figure out, should I be calling him or her to apologize to them? Because some kind of way they've moved me out of the victim slot, which I really am, and they've put themselves there. They'll make themselves the abused and the misused every time. Oh me, oh my. Look what the world is doing to me. Look at how poorly they're treating me. Look at, I'm trying to get this light right. Look at how they're abusing me, Number one, just a few thoughts. This is just a conversation. And again, I'm just a pastor. I'm a man. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm no professional. None of that. So, don't judge my comments through, the strainer. Don't strain my comments through that of one you might, judge a professional by, because I'm not. I'm just studying this and I'm sharing my thoughts as I learn. Number one, a narcissist is never wrong. You find a person that is never wrong, you need to run from them. I mean, never wrong. They never owe anybody an apology. You've never gotten an apology from them. And you're trying to develop an intimate relationship with a person that is never wrong. Do you know anybody like that? That, it doesn't matter what goes down, how many years you're together, how many times you have falling, you fall out with one another, they are never wrong. They are never wrong. Do you know anybody like that? I see people like this all the time in the church, People say, how can you be a person that has had ruptured relationships one after another, after another, after another, after another in a short span of time, and not step away from that and say, wonder what's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with me? Why am I falling out? Why are all of my relationships disrupting? All of them are, falling apart, and I'm never wrong. It's always somebody else. I see people in the church, man, they fall out with 6 different people in a month's time, and it's never them. It's always somebody else. Somebody has a demon. Somebody, got a devil. And it's never them. Narcissists are never wrong. They will never apologize. And they will not acknowledge your feelings about any situation. They don't care that, you're lying on the ground bleeding and they are whole and healthy. They are never wrong. It wasn't my fault. I believe it's because the ego of the narcissist is out of control. All of us have an ego. As human beings, we all have an ego. And that ego makes us, want to look good. Ego makes us want to be right. The ego makes us want to, come out on top. But when you're well adjusted up here and in here, that sense of empathy is able to circumvent the ego and push my eye off of the scene, off of the stage for a minute. And that sense of empathy gives you the capacity, when you're well adjusted, to consider, how does this impact the individuals involved? And so when you're well adjusted, your sense of empathy, your higher nature, circumvents the ego, and your higher nature considers other people. And your higher nature says, well, you missed it here and you did this individual wrong. And your higher nature gives you the capacity to override your ego and to be able to say to another person, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I missed it. If you do not have that capacity to be able to look at a situation, step outside of it and look at it through an objective lens and be able to come back and say, I missed it, I was wrong. But narcissists do not possess that capacity because their ego is out of control. It's all about me, my I. And if it does not make me look good, I'm going to do whatever I must to twist this thing, turn this thing around, to make you the bad guy, make me the good guy, make you wrong, and make me right. Make you ugly, make me beautiful. I'm gonna do whatever it takes, because as a narcissist, I cannot afford to be wrong. I'm never wrong. I can't be wrong. I'm never wrong. Everybody's wrong but me. Sometimes you have family members like that. You can't even reason with these people. You go and you want to have just a heart-to-heart adult conversation about a matter that you should be able to sit down and calmly discuss, and it turns into, when they get into this victim's mode, their voices get loud, they go to flailing their hands, they begin to cry these, fake tears, and they create all of this emotion and all of this drama and all of this hype. And the reason they create all of that is to keep you off of, the obvious points that you're making that are true, and to bring this thing to an emotional level so that they can storm off and cry and tell everybody how you came and you attacked them and you hurt their feelings. Because they're never wrong. The Bible says in Proverbs 21:2, every way of a man is right in his own eyes. Every way of a man is right. In other words, every man has the capacity within him to think that what he is doing or has done is right or was right. But when one has a well-adjusted soul, and especially when one is connected and has a relationship with God, the Bible goes on to say every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. When a man has a relationship with God, the Spirit of God will reveal to that man what you thought was right was wrong. When a person does not have the capacity to look at their deeds, look at their position, and come back with the conclusion sometimes that I was wrong, this is indicative of this person is maladjusted in his or her head. This person is clearly not being led by the Spirit of God. As a pastor of a church, there have been times that I was wrong, and I've had to come to a congregation, a church full of people, and say I was wrong. I missed it on that. And I've had to apologize to people publicly. Nobody twisted my arm behind my back and said, you better apologize. Nobody confronted me at all. In fact, it was my own conscience that confronted me. And my own conscience said, now look at this thing from their perspective. And I was able to look at it from their perspective, and I came back with, man, I missed it. I really didn't handle that right. But there are people who don't have that capacity. That's amazing to me, but it's true. There are people who do not have that capacity. In Proverbs 28:13, it says, he that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall have mercy. What do narcissists do? They cover their sins constantly, and they never prosper. They're never wrong. Now, one of the areas where I have really encountered this has been, I don't get a chance to do this like I used to do it. I used to do a lot of marital counseling because marriage and family is really big on my agenda. And I never understood why in certain marital counseling sessions, something that was just simple, plain old common sense, I could not get both of them or one of them to understand. And then in the minority of those sessions, in those sessions with other people, I could come to a couple that had an issue, and I could present the wisdom to them, and they could both buy into it and see their part in the error and reconcile quickly. Now I'm understanding. In a lot of these couples, you're dealing with two narcissists or you're dealing with one. And just one narcissist in the mix creates confusion that cannot be rectified. It becomes a waste of time. When you have two people who are empathetic, they may wrong one another, but when wisdom is presented, they're able to see the wisdom, they're able to gravitate towards the wisdom, and they're able to change.
All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about that. Get down in Miss Robinson's comments, honey. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.